The catcher's hands in a bad shape. But seriously, no, actually it's the first time I've ever been on a mound. So to do it at a major league ballpark, it was more intimidating when the 12-year-old girl threw a strike before me. That put me under a little bit of pressure. But no, it's strange because we will be sitting right pitch side, and it gives you a real understanding of how talented these guys are, how quick they pitch, how their height, ball hand coordination is incredible for the the distance that it is and the speed it's coming. But no, it was a good evening.
Do you have an update on Bobby Shuttleworth and
Yes.
Rasmus?
Rasmus has done a little bit this morning. Bobby's in concussion protocol, but we think he's okay. He's had this before and he feels an awful lot better than he has in the past. So we're hoping that he's going to be okay for the weekend. Rasmus will have a better idea tomorrow after he's done a little bit this morning. See if he gets any reaction.
How impressed were you at the weekend with Molino and the rest of the offense's ability to continue to create chances?
Well, the Kevin thing doesn't surprise me. As I said to people before, people thought we gave up quite a lot for him. I thought we got him cheap. I think he's the best in the league. It's what he does. Assists and goals now a sample part of what he does. And 3 or 4 of the balls he put in for Christian were at the highest order. And he's really disappointed that he didn't score on the opportunity he got when Ibarra pulled it back for him. But I've no doubt that come the end of the season he'll be in double figures and in both categories, scoring and making goals, which is, I always say this, the people who go for the most money do the hardest thing, which is score and make goals. So as much as I thought some of his play was excellent, it doesn't surprise me, and it's what I expect.
How about the chemistry amongst the offense right now? Because they seem to be flowing.
Yeah, they're good, and I've always been confident this group could score goals. The happy medium that we have to have is giving them the freedom to go and create their chances, but also everybody being mindful of their job of being the first line of defence to protect the back four. And I think we're doing a better job of that this season. I felt the shape when the opposition had the ball was better for us defensively.
When you look at the schedule and you see how many home games are coming up here, how much of a welcome sight is that?
Well, it is. I think that, when you look at, we've played 7 games, 5 on the road against 4 or 5 of the best teams in the league at their home place, so we think that we can make this the same type of fortress. I'm expecting another good crowd, but I'm expecting another good performance from us. We have to build on the last game against Salt Lake. You look at Salt Lake's last 2 results, that result looks a good result now. So, no, I've been pleased with the group. I think the one thing I know, we're getting better, getting a better understanding of what each other can do, and we need to build on that now. But when I look at, the next 3 games are at home, we could get a couple of wins in them 3 games, that league table will look a whole lot different.
Do you see 6 points as the goal?
I always want to win at home, so the old adage, we'll take it each game as it comes, but let's go and try and get 3 on Sunday, and then we'll go from there.
You've mentioned a few times how you feel like just now all the players are starting to feel settled and in place. How, I guess, have you seen that difference, or how has it kind of come about in practice or in games that you've been
Well, I just think that the chemistry among the group is fun. It's a lot. You're seeing the camaraderie and everything is better now. People are suddenly understanding, like, you can see the friendships bonding with different groups, and suddenly now we're finding out who the jokers in the group are, who the one, and we're all knowing which buttons to press with the players as well to get a response from them, and that's a thing that takes time. It doesn't come overnight. Within the group and with the staff, I think I'm getting a better handle of what we've got and who plays best together, and I think that's manifesting in the results and certainly the performances.
Who's the joker?
There's a few. I didn't realise Abu was so funny, and he doesn't mind being the butt of his jokes as well. So he's been a welcome addition. And Jerry, them two are forming a little partnership, a little comedic partnership. So it's good to see.
How light do you like to keep training or stuff like that?
I'm a big believer of anybody who's ever worked for me. We work hard and we play hard. I like the lads to enjoy coming in. I think we have the best job in the world. If you can't come in and play football in the morning with a smile on your face, there's something wrong. But also I expect them to come in and work. We'll work for an hour and a half. Let's go and work, and after that, let's enjoy ourselves.
You mentioned Orlando as a game that's circled for you.
Yeah.
Do you see the same for Cronin and Birch this weekend?
Probably. There's nothing like playing against your old team, and obviously, as a player, you just want to do well and show that they maybe shouldn't have done the trade. And I'm sure that their staff will be hoping that them two don't have exceptional games at the weekend, because it is one of them things that when you do trade players or you leave players out, they can come back to haunt you at times. That's going to be the same for us. Does Josh Gatt? I know that Josh Gatt will want to come back here and prove that we were wrong to use him in a trade. So we'll see.
You've talked about Abu maybe breaking into the lineup or just playing more. Where do you picture his best position? Is it a partnership with Ramirez, or is it in a different role?
It could be, yeah. I ultimately see him playing through the middle. But, the one thing he showed, which has been a little bit of a surprise to me, the discipline that he shows when he plays in wide areas. Because obviously once the ball turns over, you have you have to get in the shape quicker, and you have more of a responsibility with our opposite fullback or wide guy. And he's proved that he's not afraid of the hard work, which surprised me a little bit, I've got to be honest.
Do you have some early optimism for Rasmus' availability this weekend?
We're hoping so. He felt a little bit better, so he's joined in a little bit this morning. So we'll see how he is tomorrow. If he has no reaction, maybe we can build him up.
Do you like having him in that left midfield role?
Well, we didn't have him long enough. It'd be nice to have seen it longer than, what was it, 30 minutes, 35 minutes? But it's something that he's done before, but not for a while. So we'll see.
Was he stuck on the left there, or was he a bit able to float if
No, he could
needed?
play. We wanted him to be infield more than outfield. One thing he isn't is a flying left winger. But what he can do is play in that little channel, that little hole in between. Maybe cause their wide guy an issue. What does he come in, and then we can free the fullback. So it was early doors, 30 minutes to make a decision whether that's something we'll persevere with.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Lovely.